Hi, today I want to share with you why Nvidia stock price crashed down 4%. So there has been a reporting say that, okay, Nvidia stock price crashed down because, okay, Meta will use the Google AI chips. Now, if you look at the entire market, recently the entire market is, quite nervous, especially when the market crashed down after the Nvidia earning was released. So everyone was talking about the AI bubble, AI bubble. But I want to share this with you. I've been trading in the stock market for many, many years. When everyone talking about the same thing, okay, most likely it will not happen. That is the stock markets. But when everyone never talk about it, then that's market is going to crash. So it's like when everyone talking about market crash, okay, then the market didn't crash. Okay. So like for example, this few days. So the US stock market is actually at the crossroad. Okay. So what does that mean? That means there is a seller trying to push down the market. There is also a buyer trying to push up the markets. All right. So US market, um, there is no uh what we call that a decision that the price will rebound or the price is going to go down. Okay. But based on the recent situation is that everyone is so nervous. All right. And then what happened last night? Nvidia stock price crashed down, AMD crashed down just because of this news. Meta will use the Google AI. So let us discuss. Okay, is AI bubble going to happen or not? All right. So in this what we call that video, right? Okay, there are two things I want to share with you. Is AI bubble going to happen? We based on the fact, right? And then US market situations, and then followed by maybe I'll talk about the Hong Kong market as well. So if we have time. Now, if you look at the S&P 500s, all right? So S&P 500, if you look at our system, right, okay, it begin to turn a red color recently, okay? It begin to turn red color recently. Now, this red color means that the trend could have, you know, a sell down, okay? Because previously the price was uptrend, okay, for a few months, all right, and then red color of candlestick appear. So this is very important. Reason is because that for the past few months, market was so good, all right. And then do you realize that, okay, there was a big selling, aggressive selling on 10/10, all right. That means October 10, probably because of the crypto sell down during that time. I'm not sure. I can't remember the date, but this was a super bearish candlestick, all right, and then followed by another super bearish candlestick on 20th of 11 20th of 11 20th of November, okay. But the thing here is that the price was being supported by this support level, okay. If you look at the support level, all right, of S&P 500s is quite obvious, supported at 6,552. 6,552, and then it begin to rebound. So for the past 3 days, it actually rebound quite nicely, although market is so nervous. And if I try to put in the 100-day moving average, okay, so the 100-day moving average is also act as a support level as well. All right, so I consider 6,500 is a very important support level. So what does that mean? That means the stock price must not break below this support level. If the price break below this support level, then US market could enter a correction. Okay, so um, people always talk about AI bubble. People talk about recession next year. We do not know what will happen next year. All right, but we trade based on what we see, and we respond based on the market situations. So we don't predict. All right. So if you predict, it is very difficult for you to to do trade in the stock market. So its best thing is that for you to look at the chart, and then from there you decide where to enter and then where to exit. All right. So right now, okay, if you look at the price of S&P 500, okay, let me show you. Okay, maybe I could actually draw a trend channel, and then from there we see. All right. So basically, S&P 500 is moving within the channel. Is moving within the channel, supported by this a 100-day moving average, and supported by this support level 6,500. And if you look at the upper trend line, so that is the resistance, okay, which around 6,800, 6,800. All right. So this is the part that market is indecisive, all right, whether they want to really sell down or are they going to push the price up. So it's like, is it after rebound already, are they going to sell down? Or after sell down, is there any rebound? All right. So it's like very difficult for every one of you to trade. It's like, oh, you buy already, then the next day it crash down. And then you short sell, and then the next day it rebound. All right. So my suggestion to you is that right now it's best for you to do the short-term trade now. Okay. That means the goal is that if you can win small, lose small, and then avoid the damage, that would be good enough. All right, it's about surviving in the current market situations. So S&P 500, okay, turn red color, which is you know what we call that, a bearish signal. Okay, but however, these few days rebound, and then we will still see when the price hit the resistance, will they sell down again or not? So again, I repeat, all right, S&P 500 must not break below 6,550. If it does, then we may see US market entering a corrections. Okay, so Nvidia. Okay, if you look at Nvidia, right? So Nvidia basically, the price is actually also breaking down the 100-day moving average, which red color. All right. So the red color actually tell us that the stock price begin to bearish. All right, they are turning down in the stage three. All right. So the stock market have stage one, stage two, stage three, and stage four. Okay. So if you look at the screener, all right. So we have the screener to screen for potential stocks for US stock market, and then we can choose stage one, stage two, three, and four. All right. So what are those stock that is turning down? Okay, let us screen. Is there any stock that you are familiar with? And then I will rank based on value. All right, because I want to look at the blue chips. Is the blue chips are selling down? Okay, so the answer is quite obvious lah. All right, the semiconductor leader Nvidia is selling down. All right, S&P 500 turn red color. Okay, and what else? QQQ also turn red color, just because this few day it rebound touches the support level. All right, Tesla also turn red color. Okay, AMD turn red color. All right, so this is Russell 2000 mid cap, and Amazon turn red color. All right. So what else? Okay, QQQ turn red color. Alibaba also turn red color. So it's become so volatile. All right. But what I notice is that there are some rebound. Okay. There are some rebound for stocks, right? Um, Amazon, okay, if you look at Amazon, right, okay, it does actually rebound, okay. So Amazon is one of the very volatile stocks, all right. The price shoot up because of the good earning, okay. But However, when the market is turning weak, right, they also turning weak. Okay, so these 3 days it went up, all right, and then the resistance is $230 for Amazon. Okay, so what are the stock that is currently considered strong? Okay, so we take a look some of the strong stock first. Just now I was talking about the weak stocks. Okay, the strongest one is very obvious is Google. All right, so Google is a very strong stocks. Okay. Now, if you look at previously, all right, Google was not the strong stocks. It went down, okay, and then rebound, went down again. This was April because of the tariff. I think every stock is went down as well. All right. So what I mean is that previously it was um uptrend, yes, all right, good company, but there is a what we call that incident, it went down while other stock is went up, all right, until this year it outperformed the other mega cap. So what happened recently is that Warren Buffett also, buying Google. All right. So that's why the price is actually shoot up. Okay. So my question to you is that do you have this stock in your portfolio? I'm not asking you to buy right now, okay? But my view is that, okay, um, the entire market is so weak, all right? Um, Many mega cap also selling down, except this one, Google is the strongest one. Do you have this stock in your portfolio? Okay, that is the questions. I'm not asking you to buy now, of course. Like what I mentioned, usually, okay, the best time to buy is wait for the pullback. Okay, when the price pull back, okay, you try to find a way to enter. All right. So my suggestion to you is that okay, wait for the price to pull back, or maybe wait for the price you know pull back, and then when there is a buy arrow appear, all right, then you can consider. Beside that, all right, you might want to use what we call that price actions to identify when is the best entry point and when is the best exit point. All right. So this is a trend channel. Okay. Now, although the price breakout, I'm not sure will they pull back and then touches the what we call that the second line. Okay. So right now it's very bullish. Okay. All right. If there's no what we call that pullback, okay, maybe the next support level could be somewhere around 294 and then followed by $305. So there are two level of support level, all right? So the first one is $305 and then the other one is 294. So this is at Google. The other one is that is a Apple stock, which is considered, quite strong as compared to other mega cap as well. So I would rank Google is number one strongest. Number two is Apple. All right. So Apple, you see that the price swing is so nice. Swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down, swing up, and swing down. Okay. And then recently, all right, or last night, they tried to break out from the what we call that, the resistance. Okay. After sideways for a while. Okay. After sideways for a while. Uptrend still intact. Okay. Break new high when market is so weak. So the question again, do you have this stock in your portfolio? All right. Do you have this stock in your portfolio? So if you don't have, try to find a way, all right, or wait for the opportunity to enter, especially if the price pullback touches the support level, or maybe wait for the next blue arrow. Okay. So if you look at the blue arrow, right, it's quite consistent. Each time when they pull back, a blue arrow appear, and then they actually give you opportunity to enter. All right. It's quite consistent. Pullback, rebound, pull back, rebound, pull back, rebound, and then pull back and then rebound again. All right. So the arrow is quite consistent. So you might want to consider to enter the position if you see the next blue arrow. So if you have the NDU system, all right. And the other stock that many people are talking about it is Meta, right? Recently, Meta dropped a lot. Okay. How many percent? Before it dropped, it was 752. All right. It dropped around 20, I think 23%. Okay. From 755, 23%. Okay. So if you look at the chart, right? Okay, quite obvious, okay, around 580 or 600 is the support level, all right? So this is the support area. So what else? If you look at the long-term uptrend, basically the current price is supporting by the long-term uptrend, okay? So the long-term uptrend is important, is considered a major support level, all right? So that's why when the price touches the long-term uptrend, it begin to rebound. Okay, it begin to rebound. So Meta again, they spend a lot of money in the new technology. All right. So the recent gap down is because of the earning, indicating that they spend a lot of money for AI, and then there was a one-time tax payment. So that's why the price gap down. So you can see that the analysts, the expectations of the investor, all right, during that time for these stocks was not good. So that's why the price get down after the earning. And for a few weeks, all right, finally it has found its support level and then it begin to rebound strongly. All right. So Meta is one of my favorite because we has been using Facebook's, WhatsApp, uh, Instagram for our personal use, for our business. All right. So Meta making a good profit. So that's why we usually will accumulate when the price sell down like this because it's a rare opportunity for 23% of sell down. All right. So this Meta. Okay. And what else? All right. MSFT. Okay. Microsoft. Okay, was is actually weak. Okay, it's actually weak. All right, after touching the what we call that, double top. After touching the double top, all right, and then broken the support level, and then it's still selling down. Will they rebound from here? All right, will they rebound from $470? Maybe. Okay, maybe because there was last night was have quite a nice rebound with a hammer. All right. So, man, quite, I mean, there are few mega stocks that is pulling back, and then maybe it actually give us some opportunity to revisit these stocks, namely Meta, Microsoft, all right, Amazon. What about Netflix? Netflix still selling down, okay? Support level, where is the support level? All right. So support level $106. Okay, and the price still considered weak. So if the price can stay above $106, that would be better lah. All right. So it's look like the selling is not end yet. Okay. So investor keep selling these stocks. So just be careful. All right. Because the price is still sloping down. Right. Sloping down. And then the support level 106 is, the price struggling. All right. If the price cannot hold, maybe they will continue to sell down. So just be careful. All right. And what else? Tesla. Okay. Tesla burn rate. color. Okay, these stocks is not easy to make money from these stocks, all right? Because again, the stock is quite volatile. Okay, and again, look like the price was touches the support level. Okay, so this long-term uptrend is very crucial. So look like it rebound recently because it touches the support level. So if you look at the price, it does show that a double bottom was being formed with the support level as well. All right. So the crucial thing is that will they break above the resistance? All right. So where's the resistance? Quite obvious. 420 is the resistance. All right. So if they can break above the resistance, maybe, okay, the momentum might be continue. All right. Of course, the next resistance will be $470, $470, right? So based on this mega cap, right? Okay, it's quite obvious that some of the mega cap begin to rebound, namely Amazon, what else? Tesla, okay, and then Meta, okay, they begin to rebound, and Apple and Google's is the strongest one. All right. So the question is that will this rebound sustainable or not? So nobody know. All right. But by looking at the chart right now, right, it's quite what we call that comfortable with the rebound. Okay, because for three consecutive uh day rebound is considered a very good sign. All right. So let me show you one more time. Okay, a 3 day rebound consecutively is actually quite a good sign. All right. But like what I mentioned, okay, the resistance is near the top blue color line. Okay. So we are not sure will they rebound or will they break out from this trend line. All right. But like what I mentioned, okay, based on technical point of view, maybe they will have some pullback when they touches the line. All right. So, or maybe they will move in this channel. Okay. Nobody know yet. Okay. Nobody know yet. All right. So just bear in mind. All right. The support level is 6,500. So that's why I say a short-term trade would be much more suitable for this type of the current market situations because we do not know um, if the price sustainable or not. Is the price will hold or not? All right. So when they touch the support level, okay, and it begin to rebound. All right. When it touch the resistance, it begin to sell down. All right. So when everyone is talking about AI bubble, okay, the AI bubbles, okay, if you look at the Q3 earning, right, um, the company is still making good money. Okay. All right. If you look at Palantir, they are making good money. Uh, AMD making good money. Meta also making good money. All right. NVIDIA also making good money. So because the sentiment is so fearful, because the news always talk about AI bubble, okay? And then the investor become fearful and then they become so nervous. Whenever the price drop, then they become panic. So what I mean is that, okay, when everyone talking about AI bubble, when everyone talking about AI bubble, my feel is that, okay, maybe it will not happen now, okay, based on my, experience. But when everyone not talking about it, then maybe it will happen. So stock market is very unique. But like what I mentioned, my opinion is not important. Your opinion is also not important in the stock market because the stock market will not listen to our opinions. All right. So we need to be, you know, careful by looking at the chart. decide where is the entry point and exit point, and then follow your process, which I always mentions, okay? The entry price, exit, stop loss, target price. So make sure you do this so that the rest, right, you just leave it to the stock market. So that should be the way right now, okay? So based on my view, US stock markets is volatile, all right? For the past 3 day rebound, we are not sure will they continue to rebound or not, but luckily, right, it was supported by this support level, 6,550. So this support level must not be broken. So just take notes, all right? And next, let us take a look about the Hong Kong market. So Hong Kong market, this time round, um, Hong Kong also follow the US market. However, when US market rebound, Hong Kong market also rebound. So this time round is a bit different because previously, right, Hong Kong market does not follow US market. When US market down, Hong Kong market up. But this time round, okay, when US market down, Hong Kong market also down. So again, 3 days rebound. If you look at the support level, all right, 25,174. So a double bottom is being formed and a resistance from the top here, it's sloping down. All right. So just take note, okay? Probably the resistance will be at 227,000 point. Okay. But before that, there are few resistance that you need to take note. I think the immediate resistance is 226,364. All right. So for those of you who are new in Hong Kong market, okay, actually Hong Kong market is still not breaking new high. Okay. So previous high was 33,600 point. So currently it's trading at around 250, 800 point. All right. So it still have potentials, upside potentials for a Hong Kong market. As compared to the US market was already new high for quite some time. So that's why US market um overextended, overpriced, okay, based on the news, okay, or based on the analyst discussions for US markets. But for Hong Kong market, less people talk about it, all right. But surprisingly, there are certain stock that is, went up quite nicely, all right. So if you look at some of the what we call that bank stock, ICBC, right? So this is a China bank listed in the Hong Kong market. So surprisingly, they swing up, swing down, swing up, swing down, and then recently they break out from the resistance. So while the Hong Kong technology stock is weak right now, but the traditional company like banking, okay, insurance company, they are doing quite well in the Hong Kong stock market. So this is one of the China bank 1398, all right, uptrend, swing up, down, okay. The dividend is quite good also, okay. If I'm not wrong, it's around 5 to 6% per annum basis, all right. But for Hong Kong dividend, right, for this bank, right, I mean, if you buy for dividends, there is a 10% dividend charge, okay, on dividend payout, 10% on the dividend payout. I think is fair enough, all right, um, because they already give you 6%. Okay. Like for example, your dividend payout is 600. So saying 600, you just time 10%. They just charge you how much? Okay. $60. All right. So 600 times 10%, which is $60, which is equivalent to 10% of the dividend payout tax. All right. So I think fair enough. Okay. So this is bank. What about um insurance? Okay. So insurance AIA, for example. So this stock was actually recommended by my 10X member. All right. So there is a setup. Okay. So the setup is quite nice as well because previously it went up and then pull back and then it rebound. So there is a setup based on this stock chart. All right. So under the financial services and then insurance life. Okay. I think most of us know what is AIA. So there is a setup, okay, for AIA. And then we use our CFD calculator. Maybe I'll just share with you because the calculator is here. All right. So you can see that we have this CFD calculator, okay, will be given to our student, 10x student who sign up for the class, all right? So this calculator basically is to help us to calculate the CFD position profit and loss, and then followed by what is the risk reward ratio calculation and the stop loss percentage, followed by OCO order. So with this figure, right, it actually make things easier for you for your CFD trading. So for example, let's say the entry price for AIA is $79.30, $79.30, and the target price, okay, maybe not too high, 40, 84.20 cent, okay, 84.20 cent, maybe you put 84.20 cent, 79.30, entry is 79.30. All right, 1,000 share and followed by 84.20, 84.20. All right. So the stop loss 3%. Okay, how do we determine the stop loss? Is based on our NDU system RKT. So RKTs, that mean they actually measure um the up and down of the price of the candlestick, the average lah. So that means the up and down is around 2.16%. All right. With that, right, usually our stop loss will be slightly higher than 2.16. Okay. So you can put 2.5 if you want. All right. Or you can put 2.8. Okay. So to put 2.8, all right, then margin requirement is based on our POHIM CFD margin requirement. All right. So contract values means that the quantity, all right, quantity time the buy price, and the margin requirement is 10%. Okay, you just need to put 10% a deposit, which is Hong Kong dollar around 7,920 to purchase 1,000 share of AIA, which make everyone affordable to trade the high quality company like AIA. So imagine if you are trading Hong Kong stock AIA with cash, right? You need to pay around 79,000 Hong Kong dollar. So how much is 79,000 Hong Kong dollar? Okay, it will be equivalent to 42,000 ringgit Malaysia, 13,000 Sing dollar cash. All right. If today, if you can put 7,900 Hong Kong dollar to buy 1,000 share of AIA, why not? Okay. So 7,900 Hong Kong dollar is equivalent to 4,200 Malaysia ringgit and 1,300 Singapore dollar only. All right. So it's make things easier for everyone to access. All right. So the risk reward ratio, okay, is 1 to 2, which is within our criteria. All right. So my minimum risk reward ratio criteria is 1 to 2. All right. Anything less than 1 to 2, usually I will not consider. So with that, right, the risk reward ratio is considered attractive. Okay. And the cash trade, okay, there are two portions here, cash trade and the CFD trade. All right. The cash trade actually tell us that um if you buy using cash, right? Okay, you will make 5,000 Hong Kong dollars, 6.3%. And stop loss, you will lose 2,200, which is 2.8% stop loss. All right, this normal. But for CFD trade, because you put less capital, so eventually the profit percentage for CFD will be 63%. Right? And then the stop loss is 28%, which is normal. Let me explain to you why. Because if you look at the amount that you make as compared to cash trade and the CFD trade, right? Okay, the profit is the same as compared to the CFD trade profit. If you compare the stop loss, okay, $2,218 and cash trade with CFD stop loss, it also $2,218. All right. So you compare with the amount, they are the same. All right. So the question is, if you can put 7,900, okay, to buy 1,000 share, why not? Why must you put 79,000? All right. So you think about it. So the rest is stop loss calculator and OCO calculator. All right. So these are the calculator that we can key in to our trading platform. Okay. So this AIA. What about China Taiping? All right. So China Taiping also rebound recently. All right. With a nice rebound actually. Okay. So if you look at the setup, okay, the resistance was 2020 and then the entry price is 1828. So if you do the measurement, so the profit target will be around 10%. All right. So if you look at RKT is 3.9, RKT is 3.9. So you set a stop loss at 4% or 4.1%. All right. So this is how we do the setup. Okay, I show you how we do the setup. All right. So basically, the setup actually is quite nice also. Okay, so we can use our calculator to enter the figure and then we see what is the risk reward ratio like. 2020 is the target price, entry price 1828, 1828.28, right? 1,000 share again. Okay, and then target price is 2020, 20.20. Right. So what is the stop loss percentage? Stop loss potential is 4.1%. 4.1%. All right. So China Taiping, I believe, is also 10% margin requirement. All right. So contract value is 18,000. Okay. Actually, for these stocks, right, you can buy more using CFD. All right. So if you buy more, for example, 5,000 share, okay, contract value is 91,000 Hong Kong dollar, which is equivalent to how much? 91,000, equivalent to 15,000 Sing dollar and 47,000 ringgit Malaysia. But today, if you are using CFD, right, you just need to pay or you just need to deposit 4,700 ringgit Malaysia and 1,500 Singapore dollar to buy 5,000 share of China Taiping Insurance Company. All right. So the reward ratio is attractive, 1.26%. All right. So the cash profit is 9,600, which is equivalent to 10.5%. And then the stop loss is 3,700 Hong Kong dollar, 4.1% stop loss. All right. So if you look at CFD trade, all right, the amount of the CFD profit and the amount of the cash trade, right, they are the same. Okay, they are the same. All right. So in terms of the percentage, of course, the profit CFD would be, okay, 10 times of the cash trade, 10 times of the cash trade, okay, which is 105%. Because the amount that you put in CFD is obviously 10 times lesser than the cash trade. And for the stop loss in CFD is 41%. This is normal, like what I mentioned, because if you compare with the cash trade and the CFD trade, right, the amount that you lose, right, is same as the amount that you lose in the cash trade as well. Okay, so many people don't realize this. All right, they keep saying that, oh, CFD is a high risk. Yes, it does. Okay, if you are not careful, if you do not know the features, yeah. But my question to you is that the stock that you trade, isn't that high risk as well? How many stock that have you traded went to zero? Why don't, some people say that the stock that they have traded as high risk. So why they say CFD is a high risk products? Okay, which is correct for some people because they do not know the feature. So once you understand the features, once you understand the product itself, all right, then you'll be able to know, um, how this thing work lah, how this thing work. Okay. So again, all right. So this is China Taiping. Okay, China Taiping and yeah, Hong Kong market. Okay, what about BABA? BABA. All right. So BABA downtrend hit the resistance. Okay, support level is at around $157. $157. All right. So what else? Okay, Tencent also break down. Okay. So Hong Kong market tech stock is quite weak, lah, quite obvious. So the summary is this for Hong Kong market. If you look at the index, all right, for the past few days, it went down, okay? And then again, recently it rebound. Blue chip like financial sector is strong. However, for Hong Kong, tech stock is weak. All right. So what does that mean? That means you need to diversify your portfolio. All right. So you cannot just put everything at same sector unless you are a very aggressive trader. All right. But you must know what you are doing lah. Oh? So again, Hong Kong market is supported by this what we call the important support level 25,174 and resistance to 26,364 followed by the next resistance, okay, which is around 27,000 points. All right. So again, so this few day is a very important markets because US market trading at the crossroad, like what I mentioned, is this rebound sustainable or not? Okay, if they crash now, then you have to be careful with the key support level, which I already shared with you. And then I also share with you Hong Kong market rebound from the support level with the resistance. So at least you know when to get in and when to get out. All right. So remember the current strategy is that I believe is a short-term trade strategy will be much more suitable for current market situations because the trend no longer clear. All right. There's no clear trend. So it's very difficult for you to trade based on the trend. So now it's trade based on the sideway, which is support level and the resistance. So buy near support, sell near resistance. Buy near support, sell near the resistance. Okay. So um, remember to help me subscribe my YouTube channel, subscribe to my Telegram group, and also my Instagram. So whenever there's an update, okay, you'll be the one who first to be notified lah. So I see you again. Thank you for watching.